Good morning, Principles of Business and Finance. Today is March 30th, and on your screen you see the daily agenda for today. So pretty much the same setup. You have a do now, which includes some review questions from Friday's assignment. We'll be going through the remaining slides of 502 PowerPoint, which is slides 12 through 16, and you should be completing the final section of notes that are purple. We will be doing together the 502 Name That Competition activity, and I will be explaining the 502 Understanding Competition activity, in which you will complete on your own. You also have an exit ticket that has review questions from today's assignment. A few reminders and FYI, if you picked up a packet from Mr. Moore or myself on the March the 19th or 20th, those packets are due back to the school today. On Friday, April the 3rd, the next 2 weeks packets will be delivered or picked up. From my understanding, the school buses are actually supposed to be taking packets around to students for those that we haven't had any contact with. On Friday, I will be hosting another Zoom check-in to touch bases with our classes and see how they're doing. And then on April the 9th, all remaining assignments that we'll post tomorrow will be due. So today is the last part of the 2-week packet that we originally gave you guys back on the 19th and the 20th. So tomorrow morning, you guys are going to see multiple assignments for 503, 504, and 505 post in the Google Classroom. Each day I will be doing a video to walk you guys through what is expected of that day, so don't panic and try to do everything at one time. They do need to be self-paced and work at it at your own speed. At the bottom of your screen, you also see Mr. Moore's contact information via email and his Remind app, and you also see my email, my Google Voice, and my Remind app also. So without further ado, let's begin. All right, so pulling back up the 502 PowerPoint, we're starting at slide 12, and this particular section of the PowerPoint talks about competition. So this is pretty much straightforward, talking about two or more businesses that go across each other to get our money. So direct competition is just that. It is two businesses that sell the same types of goods and services going back and forth. So think of Apple and Samsung, think of Pepsi and Coke, think of Adidas and Nike, stuff like that. When we think of indirect competition, these are businesses that offer dissimilar goods and services. So here in Ahoskie, we would look at, let's say, Walmart and we're going to say Food Line. They both sell food to a certain degree, but Walmart carries a lot more stuff than Food Line does. An oligopoly, this is a market structure in which there are few sellers and industry leaders normally determine the price. So oligopoly exists where there are few large firms producing one particular thing. So some characteristics of that, and they gave you some examples of automobiles and gasoline industries. So in this area, we really only have two big gasoline industries here, which is the Duck Through and Speedway. And then as far as automobiles go, we have Cash H, Jenkins, and Strickland. Those are it. So they're going to set the price in the area for how much stuff is. Some of the characteristics are, of course, there's few large firms. There's a standardized or differentiated product, and then entry is hard. So we couldn't expect like a lot of the mom and pop car dealerships around here to have that much success because of the fact you have two big brand name car dealers that are selling here in the area. So we have places like Ahoskie Used Cars and Terry's Used Cars, but that's just it. They're in, and the only reason they probably get a lot of their used cars is from Strickland and Cash H Jenkins. So you have to think of it that way. Now we look at a demand curve. So this is how facing competition works and how the firms view the demand. We look back at inelastic and elastic price, and we look at how they're going to bend in prices to flex with that curve. So that's what the demand curve is looking at. We don't touch on that too much throughout this objective, so don't hold tight to that. But definitely focus on direct competition, indirect competition, and oligopoly. Then we talk about monopoly. No, I'm not meaning the regular game of Monopoly, but a monopoly. So this is when a market is controlled by one person and there are no substitute goods or any services readily available. So we think of things like public utilities and professional sports leagues. So in that instance, we think about Dominion Power. They are the really big light company in this area. Before Roanoke Electric stepped in, Dominion had control over everything. So they are our top public utility. Depending on the town you lived in, Muffinsburg Water, Hoskietown Water, Winton Water, that's your water there. Monopolistic competition refers to a market situation where there are a relatively large number of sellers, often similar but not identical goods. So we think of fast food restaurants and clothing stores. So we think of Cato's and Belts here. In that instance, we think of Burger King and McDonald's. All these kind of go together. They make up a small percentage of the total market, but they do offer differentiation of products, so it may vary. So again, the demand curve for that one is highly elastic, so that means it's going to bend and change a lot, whereas with an oligopoly it's not going to change that much. It has a more elastic demand curve because of the fact that rivals are producing close substitutes, so they have to make sure that they are bending and shaping with the competition. And then some more characteristics of a monopoly is, of course, it's normally a single seller, it's a unique product, and the firm has a price maker. So normally they are the one to control it, and entry or exit is normally blocked very heavily. Roanoke Electric really only got in the area because people complained that they weren't getting a good signal and reception as far as lighting and stuff goes. So they had to have another company to come in, and then the menu was just stretched too thin. Regulated monopolies, of course, these are ones that the government allows to exist legally. So we just had a big merger, and I can't think of the name of the two companies that merged right then, but the government did allow these two cable providers to come together. And it's only because that the government allowed it that they exist. Perfect competition. So this is when businesses are selling a lot of identical products for about the same price. It's pure competition or perfect competition. This is rare in the real world because the model is important to help us analyze different industries. So the model provides context in which apply revenue and cost concepts vary. And then when you look at perfect competition, there's going to be many sellers. There's going to be identical products. Firms must accept the price that the market has set. And then it's really free entry and exit. People are going to come and go because of the fact there is competition and we're selling such products that are almost the same. Then we look at price competition. Pretty much straightforward. This is when there's a rivalry between two businesses based on the price. And so I think I gave an example early on in 501 where we look at Walmart has secret shoppers. So they go out to Dollar General and Family Dollar and they shop and see what the price of similar goods is in that store. And then if they find out that their prices are more, they change it to match the price of that one or be a penny or 2 pennies lower than what the other competition has. So non-price competition, we think of things that are not priced. So this is customer service, modern facilities, trained personnel, variety of products. So we look at the Walmart Supercenter versus a Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly is known for its meats, where Walmart is known for having everything. So they're going to have meats and vegetables and fruits and all that stuff. So they're going to vary in stuff. Then we look at price discrimination. And so this is when a good or service is selling at a different price and the price difference cannot be justified. So this is also called price gouging. And that is because if we think about it now in these times where toilet tissue is non-existent, can't find eggs. That's the craziest thing in the world. Eggs are hard to find. Paper towels and meats are getting low. So you might start seeing where prices are going to start to increase because it's such a high demand for this product and supplies are very low. And so people are pushing out to try to get these products out, and they have to make up for the fact that they're paying more for shipping and handling and that type of thing. So this is kind of where price discrimination is coming into place and price gouging. And then last but not least, government legislation that affects the competition. So we look at antitrust laws such as the Sherman Act, the Clayton Act, and the Federal Trade Commission. Federal Trade Commission, of course, is one of the bigger ones because they make sure that there is no unfair methods of competition or deceptive acts and practices. So that kind of protects us to make sure that we are seeing what we should see. We're not having the veil thrown over our eyes and we're seeing things through rose-colored glasses because we only see what the company wants us to see. The FTC does make sure that those things are out in the open for everybody to see. Then, of course, we have freedom of choice. We have private property, and then your profit. So profit, of course, is what we have after everything has been paid for, and this is what we've made as a whole. All right, so today's activity is, of course, your do now, and then the 502 competition activities. Both of these are in the same sheet, and then you have your exit ticket. So I'm going to explain the activity that you're going to do by yourself. So understanding competition, you're going to pick Two types of goods and services. So Samsung, Samsung and iPhone, Pepsi, Coke, Nissan, Acura, that type of thing. You're going to find two things that work and describe the good and services and why price competition works best for them. Then you're going to look at the two goods and lend themselves to to non-price competition. So now you're going to look at two different things that are similar but don't necessarily compete with non-price. So think of McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A, their people are trained a very certain way. So their training comes into effect there. And then you're going to answer question 3 and 4, which explains why perfect competition rarely exists in the world, and then why you think monopolistic competition is not the most common market structure in the private enterprise economy. So this is what those two activities are on. I already have the answers up here for 502, name that competition. So what you're doing is you're going through and you're looking at things as far as, is it P, price competition, N for non-price, D, direct, and I is indirect. So for number 1, you have a bowling alley and a sandwich shop. That is an indirect competition because they don't sell the same things, but they do offer food. So this is what they're looking at there. Then a spring clearance sale. Clearance, that's the main thing right there. You're looking at P, price. 3, delivery services to customer. This is non-price. So we think of DoorDash, Uber Eats, that type of thing in this situation. For 4, Southwest Airlines and United Airlines. These are two major airline companies. So this is going to be direct. 5, manufacturer rebates. So now you're looking at price again. 6, online banking services. This is going to be in non-price because you're looking at varieties of online banking services. 7, you're looking at McDonald's and AMC theaters, whereas they both supply food. The movie theater, you can actually go watch a movie. You can't watch a movie at McDonald's unless you're on your phone. So that's going to be indirect. 8 is a policy that a business will not be undersold. So this is a price competition. They're saying our prices are always going to be better. 9, you're looking at technical assistance to customers who purchase computers. Again, this is non-price. This is a service that they're offering for their customers. 10 is D. You're looking at Ford Motor Company and General Motors. 2 car brands competing back and forth. 11, back to school sales. Again, that is P, price, because they are competing back and forth for your money on back to school sales. 12, we're looking at modern store facilities. So again, this is a non-price. They're offering a more upgraded type of area to shop at. 13, Pizza Hut, Papa John's. They both sell pizzas and breadsticks and salads and all that great stuff. So of course it is D, direct. 14, a company offering $1 off the price of a pizza. Of course, this is price. Anything dealing with $1 or a coupon or rebate or a sale is price. 15, a business being open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you're offering convenience and non-price. 16, a 10-year warranty on new automobile. Again, non-price. You're offering a service. 17, the Music Shack and Royal Video Rentals. You guys are not familiar with these, but Music Shack, of course, so music stuff, Royal Video Rentals. This is where we used to rent our videos before Redbox was around. So this is I, indirect. January white sales, 18. This is this is P. This is price competition because it is a sale. 19, Wendy's and Burger King. This is direct because they're both fast food places. Let's go down a little bit more. 20, new and improved laundry detergent. So non-price because they're trying to say that their product has something that others don't. 21, BP Oil and Sam's Auto Body. This is indirect. BP Oil, of course, sells gas. Sam's Auto Body may deal with cars, but they don't sell gas. Buy one, get one free offer. 22, P, price competition because, again, buy one, get one free is focusing on the price. 23, advertising the largest assortment of shoes. This is non-price because, again, they want to offer you the convenience of multiple shoes to select from. 24, a fitness gym and a beauty salon. They're both services, but you cannot go to the beauty salon and get a taekwondo workout. So that's indirect. And then 24, the Holiday Inn and the Country Motel. Of course, that is direct because they are two businesses that offer hotel services. So this is 1 through 25. Go back and pause the video at any time to get the answers, but that should be an easy 100. And then again, just reading the understanding competition because 1 and 2 are pretty much your idea of things. And then 3 and 4, 3, 4, and 5, you're kind of referring back to the PowerPoint. Oh, and 6. I'm sorry. 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're referring back to the PowerPoint to get some answers on those. But 1 and 2 is strictly your opinion on competition and 2 companies that you can compete back and forth. Again, don't forget to make sure that you're doing your do now and your exit ticket. And then tomorrow, all of 503, 504, and 505 will post. I will see you guys later.